Join me today for a tour of this year's Lenten feast table. So this is our feast table for March, and I just thought it would be fun to give you a little tour. So this changes a lot. It's not like I just set it up for the month and I'm not going to change it again. It will probably change throughout the month. And right now I have some books on the back there you can see that are kind of related to Lent or to Jesus's Passion. And sometimes I don't even have books there. Sometimes I want to display books to try to get the kids interested in reading some liturgically appropriate literature. So that's why they're there now. They probably won't stay there super long because eventually I just think they look cluttered, and I like to have clear surfaces, so eventually they'll probably go in a basket on the floor next to the feast table. I've posted lots of pictures of my feast table on my blog at elizabethclareblog.com, and you can go there and find a whole bunch of different feast table posts. So you're welcome to go and do that, but I thought it would be fun to just have a little video tour today. So over here we've got our statue of Mary, and this was a statue I actually got for our garden, and it ended up not staying out there because I don't know if you can see, she's missing two hands. It was just not tough enough to stand up when our kids would run by or something. It was just too little for the garden. You couldn't even see it. So it ended up coming inside, and I move it around a lot because I really like it. So it's a lot of times on our feast table, and sometimes it's just in our schoolroom. And then I have a little vase of some fake flowers, and eventually this summer I'll get some real flowers from my garden that I can put here. And then I have this new addition, which I got from my brother and sister-in-law. It's a little rosary abacus, which was really nice. I've kind of had my eye on these for a long time, so I was just delighted to get that in the mail for my birthday from them. So the kids and I have been saying a decade of the rosary in the morning before school, and they all fight about who gets to move the beads around. So it's pretty neat. I think it looks really cute on here, and it's even got that little bit of purple that works liturgically with Lent, although we will probably use it all year round. Then I've got this little peg doll priest that I painted. I'm not the best artist, but he just kind of helps the kids understand the liturgical colors, and since we're in Lent, he's wearing purple. And then here's a candle. I always like to have a candle going. And this is actually a real candle, and a lot of times I have fake candles out just because I do like to have a candle on all day, and it's just not safe having toddlers because they just pull up a chair and they look, and I just don't like the idea of having a lit candle. So I do have some fake ones in a drawer down below, and I'll show those to you in a second. So here are our Lenten themed books that I have on display right now, and these will probably stay out. They'll probably stay out for like 5 days, and then I'm going to stick them in a basket on the floor by the table. But for now, I think it's a great way to just display some books and try to get the kids interested in them. And I actually have a lot of books for adults here too, just to remind me to look at those throughout Lent. So I have the Holy Week Magnificat, which obviously it is not Holy Week yet, but I just have it out here so I don't forget, because a lot of times I forget about this little Magnificat. I have the Magnificat Lenten Companion for this year, and I have 2 Way of the Crosses by Alphonsus Liguori, the Magnificat Way of the Cross, for doing the Stations of the Cross, which I would like to do with our family this year. We haven't done it yet, but I would like to. And then I have A Big Day for Jack, which is obviously about Jesus's entry into Jerusalem. I don't know anything about it. It was given to me by a family friend because her friend had written it, and it was really sweet. She dropped off a whole bunch of books written by this author, so we are going to try that out. And then I have Thomas à Kempis on the Passion of the Christ. Thomas à Kempis wrote the more famous Imitation of Christ book, and this has 35 fairly short chapters that are just reflections on different points of Jesus's Passion, so I like to pick that up throughout Lent. Then I have My Path to Heaven, and I really like this book, and right now we're just finishing it up, reading a chapter a night with the kids, and there's I'll just pull it out here because I just love this book. It was written in the early 1900s, I think. I love it. It's really deep, but really simple for kids. So there's a picture And you can see there's a lot going on. And then there's a page to a page and a half, just talking about something. So obviously here they're talking about the 3 sins. And then in that, they describe the different elements of this picture and why they're there. So the kids really like trying to figure out what thing they're talking about and what it means. So they really like this book. I like it too. So that's kind of in our nightly devotion. And then we have the Tale of 3 Trees, and that's a good one to pull out at different times of the year as well. And then we have our little Lenten sacrifices. Obviously the kids could stand some work in that department. So I just have a little container of beans, and then I have a jar that I just taped on a sign that says Gifts for Jesus, and whenever they do a little sacrifice for Jesus, they just grab a bean and throw it in. So that is the top of our table, and I just thought you would like to see what else is in the table. So here's the first drawer. Here are our rosaries. A lot of times I have those out on the table, but right now they're in the drawer. I have a few peg people here, some more liturgically themed priests. They seem to disappear a lot. Back here I have, here's the base of my crucifix, which is right now broken. Husband's gonna fix it. There's Mary's hands. I need to fix those sometime. There's our picks for when one of us has to stay home with a sick kid and we can get communion for the other one. This is just a big accordion binder. Then I put holy cards in, or prayer aids, so I can pull those out and stick those on our feast table if I want. And then I have a picture frame, and here's a picture of the Assumption, so that would be good for August. And in this binder I have more artwork that I can put in this picture frame to put on our feast table. I have this cute little chalkboard sign, which I got in the wedding area of Hobby Lobby, so sometimes I will write the feast day on there to display on our table. And then here's 100 Saint. It just has some really beautiful artwork, and so there's a little one, but let's see if I can, there's like a big picture. And oftentimes I will just take this, look up a saint on their feast day, and then put the book up on the feast table with my cookbook holder. And that's a fun way and super cheap way to decorate your feast table if you don't have a lot of stuff, because those can be picked up on Amazon for, you know, $5, which includes the shipping. So that's always a great resource if you're just getting started and having a feast table. Over here I've just got napkins, and down here are my table linen. So see, it's not all feast table related. You have to make it work for you. And then down here I have a few more. I have candles for the feast table, some different candle holders. Here are these electric candles that I sometimes put out, depends on how brave I am. And then here's my cookbook holder, which I often use for that saint book to display some art. I have an extra tablecloth, and then these little felt things for our chairs. So I just thought you would enjoy seeing our feast table, and thanks for watching. If you like this movie, press the like button and subscribe if you want to see more.